Okay, this is take three. Um, don't know really why I stopped the last take. Got to 10 minutes, couldn't really end it. Um, so it's been a couple days. It has been a couple days. That is not because of loss of determination again. It is I was staying over at a mate's, um, sort of impromptu crashing at hers, and so didn't I my recording equipment is not much, so it's I don't know, don't mind obviously taking it around to other people's, but I just didn't have it with me, and I didn't think to bring it with me. But maybe in the future I will. And if you're watching this, thank you for letting me stay over. You're just such an amazing friend, like top five, Um, so yeah, so that was all good. And I went to the National Gallery. Hello, if you're watching, people I went to the National Gallery with. It was a really lovely day. I really enjoyed myself. Um, Sorry I didn't say goodbye to certain people. And yeah, I got a job. I got a job. Sweet, and it is the nuts. It's brilliant pay, more than what's the word, minimum wage. And I'm not just like, oh, they're paying me 50p more. No, it's more. Um, and I'm in an escape room scare actor, a horror escape room scare actor. That's me. So that's like knowing how to run the games. That's 50% of it. So like, hello, these are the rules. This is setting up the puzzles, knowing how the puzzles work, knowing how to set things up, blah blah blah. And then the acting part of it is like wearing a costume, jumping out every now and again, banging on a door. It's not rocket science. Though it's just like that you got to be able to do sort of two things at the same time, juggle it, for a seamless scare experience. So I go in, meet this other guy. He's starting out. Shook his hand. Good handshake. That is about all the impression that was made, because then we were asked, "Do you want to go upstairs or downstairs?" Quick side note: I hate this. I hate when, like, okay, I'm a newcomer. I'm coming into this environment. I know my place. Not in a way of like, know who you are, scrub. The dirt on my shoe. You mean nothing here. Like, prove yourself. Like, I've been in some work environments where it's like that. I'm not a lesser person. I'm not less than you just because you know more about a field you've been working in for like 6 months than me. That doesn't mean I know that. But I also know I'm a newcomer. Sit down, listen, zip it, take in information. And then in a month, maybe you can make some judgment calls. Maybe you can, but at the moment, so and this other guy, he's in that same way of like, okay, yeah, yes, sir, no, sir, 3 bags full, sir. Very like, yeah, whatever you need, I'll do. And then we get asked the question, then it's like A or B, and it has no effect, But you're putting that question on two people who we're supposed to be asking the questions. What? Oh, I'm slightly salty about this because I said, after 2 seconds of like silence, we looked at each other and I go, yeah, like, okay, whatever, I'll just say something. I say upstairs and they go, oh, that's the easy room. Okay, cool, fine. I was like, oh, sweet, lucked out. Went up. The entire day, people are coming in and going, like, other workers and senior members, and they're going, you're having it, you're doing the easy room, yeah, it's probably easy for you. Bruv, I didn't get, like, the question was not phrased, do you want the easier room or the harder room? I'm not going to spend too long on this, because I think that's the mistake I made in the other take, was I, like, spent 4 minutes talking about. Basically, I felt like I did good. Even though, like, and maybe it is a personal thing that people being like, "Well, you got the easy one." Bruv, I didn't choose this. And I'd made that joke, and my boss and my supervisor laughed. So I was like, okay, cool. But given how it was the easy room, there were 4 games. Each game lasted an hour. The first game was just, shut up, sit down, listen, take everything in. Second game, I was in, quote unquote, the hot seat where I wasn't talking to the people, saying like, "Oh, hi, these are the rules," and giving it's a spooky asylum, and someone still walks the hall, and be careful, and the rules of the game and all that. But I was like pressing the buttons. That is why it was the easy one. It's all sort of magnetized and computers, so that you don't actually have to like manually open doors behind the scenes. It's all sort of they solve a puzzle with magnets and it pops open, whatever. Second game, doing that. Third game was just doing that moreover. Fourth game, ran and paying attention to like briefing before. The fourth game, did that all by myself, and did an alright job. Well, I would say, yeah, I did an alright job. My supervisor was like, didn't say like perfect or flawless, but when we went down to see my the manager, and he was like, oh, did you do this? Did you do that? Did you can you run the game? My supervisor was like, he did everything. He is capable. He can run the game, which I was like, yeah, cool. Because that's another thing. Whenever it's another thing whenever I'm in a new place of work. I remember my first job. Someone said, "Oh, how's it going?" I said, "Good." And my boss went, "I think I'll decide that." Confidence destroyer. So from now, since then, I'm always like, "Oh, well, ask the person who actually knows whether it's a good job or not a good job." Anyway, that's good. Mentally, I am doing a lot better. I said, like, been a lot more introspective and reflective on things, and I'm not feeling small, or at least I'm recognizing that as a sort of like trigger point for things. By the way, thank you to the person who messaged me, who saw the other video and messaged me. Now this did worry me a bit. Just the 3 words, "Who hurt you?" And I'm an anxious person, so initially I actually thought they were having a pop at me, but yeah, managing my anxiety as well. I think I'm doing better at that. It's like difficult when, again, I'm aware that I need to validate myself more, maybe even fair to say a lot more. I'm aware, but that doesn't mean I can just all of a sudden start doing it. So, with like, yeah, I still get anxious, which is fine, which is more than fine. It happens to everyone. But, again, living alone, but yeah, things are good. I'm feeling so much more sure of myself, and like, yeah, I can look in a mirror and actually be happy with what I see more and more. I'm feeling, I'm respecting myself a lot more, dealing with issues. I don't go too into detail. I'm feeling more on top of things. I think it's fair to say not too long ago, like I really was not like crumbling or a mess or anything, but just really all over the place and didn't really know. Yeah, I think just was nervous about a lot of things and I think it would give myself reasons not to do things. Wouldn't mean that I didn't do them. As said, like I'm very good at not forcing myself into situations, but pushing through. But still, it's like, I don't enjoy the feeling of, today, for example, going to the scare room, like, having a feeling of my stomach tightened, of like, oh my God, of course, this perfect job is going to, but I'm going to get through the door and it will turn out like every single person that hates me is going to be my coworker. Shut up, mate. Like, honestly, you... Easy to say that now. Not so easy in the moment. But, yeah. But I'm doing better. All my Instagram reels these days are like, top 10 things to make yourself really comfortable with being alone, and like 5 signs that you grew up too early, and do a trauma test. And then the other half are like hood trap, bass boosted, hard style, like Matthew McConaughey, talking about, no, got, spend one day mourning and then you get up and you go. And So, you know, I'm flipping between, like, we're so back, and oh my god, maybe I'm damn it. I don't come from a broken home. I don't. I love my mum. I love my dad. I've got a good relationship with them. I had a wonderful upbringing. Mum and dad love you. Anyway, that's 10 minutes. I didn't get to say everything I wanted to say, but we, you know, yeah, maybe if I actually really, you know, really tried to make the videos every day. But anyway, there'll be one tomorrow. Working tomorrow, and I will write down the story I want to tell so I don't brush past it. Anyway, thank you, for watching, and I hope you're doing well. Have a wonderful night. Still can't. I will get it. There's a smaller button, there's a bigger button. I will get it.